Do have more on the breaking news that we brought you at the top of our newscast. The LA City Fire Chief and Mayor Bass not appearing at a news conference together this hour. After the chief went on the air saying the department is understaffed and underfunded, we have been investigating claims that many of the department's trucks are not fit for service. And KCAL's Jeff Nguyen is live in downtown LA with what he's uncovered so far. Jeff?
Investigate.
So, Pat, in terms of the status of Chief Kristen Crowley, for now, the mayor's office tells us that Chief Kristen Crowley is still with the LA Fire Department, but they are not elaborating as to whether she is still the chief or what function or what capacity she is in. As you mentioned earlier, the chief did talk to the media and talked about the need for more staffing and more resources at the department, and at least one council member does agree with her, and here's why. Take a look at this video that we captured earlier today. This is what we found. You are looking at dozens of LAFD apparatus at what's known as the Boneyard. Now, we're talking about things like fire engines, ambulances, and ladder trucks. This is essentially a maintenance yard. The reason we bring this up is because we found a budget request in which LAFD Chief Crowley wrote to the Fire Commission. Here's the quote. The LAFD emergency fleet is in constant state of disrepair, attributable to years of deferred maintenance, deferred vehicle replacement, and the lack of resources for adequate staffing and replacement parts. In addition, in May of last year, a restoration request from the city administrative officer said that 89 out of 584 apparatus were out of service. So plainly, that is 15% of the fleet. We had planned to ask the mayor whether those numbers have improved.
15% of the fleet. Imagine to have a house, right, and 15% of the stuff inside that house didn't work. Imagine having a car, you get in a car, 15% of the gadgets don't work. Yeah, 3 of the wheels work, but one of them's not working. That is crazy. Yeah. I bet you cannot go to a car rental agency and 15% of the fleet of their cars is down. Right. It don't make no sense. Which being used every day to rent cars. Yeah. And I bet you go to the governor's house. I bet you all that stuff works. I bet you go to the mayor's house. I bet you everything works. Exactly.
And whether about 100 apparatus would have made a difference in the Palisades fire, but we didn't get a chance to do that because the mayor was a no-show. Again, the budget request was in the writing of Chief Crowley, and in that writing, she said that the department needs to fill 16 positions to have enough people in maintenance to keep enough fire engines and ambulances on the road. We did attend a fire commission meeting last month, and Councilmember Tracy Park was there. She has been screaming about this problem for about a year now, and she says that she went to the Boneyard on New Year's Day, and this is what she found.
I've been talking about this for well over a year now. There are almost 100 fire engines and fire trucks and ambulances sitting over at the Boneyard, $1 million apparatuses out of service.
$100 million apparatus. That's $100 million of equipment they're not even using.
Because there aren't adequate mechanics to fix them. The scale of those vehicles just sitting there, rows and rows and rows, with weeds growing up around the tires.
Well, you ain't got mechanics, you ain't got no landscapers neither. You know, if somebody's working there, actually, you know, having a staff there actually working on the vehicles, those weeds wouldn't grow. Whenever you go to a place and you see weeds, it means it's deserted. There's nobody there. It's abandoned. Yeah, they abandoned $100 million in property. Y'all don't even got enough landscapers. Y'all ain't got no mechanics. I mean, they big on DEI. Won't they just hire a bunch of...
It's infuriating.
So again, according to the communications department at City Hall for the mayor's office, they are telling us that Chief Crowley is still a member of LAFD. However, they will not tell us in what capacity. I did get a text message from one of the spokespersons from the communications department, and the text message reads that the mayor and chief met. The priority remains fighting these fires and protecting Angelenos. So right now, we do not know anything beyond that other than the mayor's office saying that Chief Crowley is still a member of LAFD. That's the latest on what we have. And Pat, we'll send it back to you.
Okay, I just want to take it a bit further. She's still a member of LAFD. We assume she's still chief?
Well, I think the best thing for us to do is to not to make any assumption. I pointedly asked the mayor's comms department whether she is still chief or she is functioning in a different role. And right now, I have not gotten an answer. And so to be fair, we're going to wait for the answer and, we won't speculate in any sort of way. But hopefully we can get some more context. But certainly some schism. I will tell you that the folks from the firefighters union, this is something that they have been talking about quite a bit. And, during that fire commission meeting that we attended about a month ago, people were talking about a study that was recently done. Now, the national average for the response time in most cities, major metropolitan areas, is about 4 minutes. Here in the city of Los Angeles, it's pushing 8 minutes. So the response time in
See, that says it all. That metric right there. Y'all got twice the response time. Yeah. That speaks volumes. It speaks, well, not twice the response time. It takes them double the time to get there. Same thing. They have double the response time. Yeah, you said twice the response time. It means they're overperforming. Oh, yeah. They're underperforming. Yeah.
Los Angeles is nearly double of what the industry standard is. So we are well behind other metropolitan areas such as San Francisco and Atlanta and places like that. And this is
San Francisco.
Something that the chief has been trying to highlight. Ross had talked earlier about the budget issue, but it goes beyond just budgeting. It goes to how many wheels they can get on the road, how many vehicles they can get out there. And, certainly we asked Councilwoman Tracy Park whether, an additional 100 apparatus, would it have made a difference earlier this week? And she didn't want to speculate, but what she did say is it wouldn't have hurt, right? The more would have been, the better.
All right, we just want to have not only fairness as always, but accuracy. So the accurate quote is the Chief Crowley is still a member of LAFD. All right, thank you so much for that.
They know she's going to get fired. She's still a member. The way they talking, they know she put her foot in her mouth. Well, she called out the mayor. She said they're on the staff. Why don't y'all, I got the new position for her. Mm-hmm. Put her, the fire chief, head of DEI. Yeah. That's her new job. She can hire all the gays, blacks, and lesbians y'all need to repair y'all's fire trucks. Man, it's crazy, man. Yeah, that is crazy, man. 15% of that fleet don't work. Yeah, and it's been sitting there, and it's been sitting there for months because weeds are growing up. Yeah, that's saying something. Yeah, think about California. They have the number 5 economy in the world. They have a bigger economy in California than a lot of countries in the world. Right. Imagine all that tax revenue coming in, and LA City Fire Department don't have what they need to support and save property and people when a crisis breaks out. Yeah, I know. But all these, the fire department chief, the mayor, they getting paid hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right. Everything in that house works. Everybody just living in California, you're taxed up to here. Right. The cost of living is outrageous. And y'all don't even got the infrastructure to make sure y'all stuff don't get burned down. Y'all ain't got no water in the fire hydrants. You ain't got the mechanics to fix the trucks. Right. You ain't got even if you do fix them, you don't got the firemen to put them in the trucks. It's crazy. That's why everybody on the right says taxation is theft. Because y'all take all that tax money. I don't know what you do with it. Yeah. It's certainly not for the people of California. And they keep saying that these fires are because of climate change. Climate change. Do y'all have a bunch of lightning storms in California? That's when I think of climate causing a fire. Maybe it's a lightning storm. Tornado. Maybe a transformer blows up. Something that was make lightning a spark. Storm. Yeah, right. But y'all don't really have weather there. Yeah, I think it's just a lie. It's a ruse to cover up that Southern California, they have a serial arsonist problem.
And that would explain having a fire here, and then 10 miles away there's another fire.
Right.
I mean, they're catching people trying to start fires.
Yeah.
They probably do have a serial arsonist.
It's not coming from your climate. I mean,
It's a desert.
Exactly.
Y'all talk about it's been unusually dry. How are you unusually dry in a desert?
It doesn't make no sense. Look, the biggest thing when it comes to firefighting is fire prevention.
Well, if
Can y'all actually prevent fires if 15% of your fleet down, if you're understaffed, if you're underperforming when it comes to response time,
and
y'all don't have the manpower.
And they just cut $17 million from the budget.
Yeah. You know, some lib actually tried to defend that. Well, we was over budgeted and we just cut back.
What?
That's what the comment said.
Nah,
people will not
Democrats.
People will not hold these people accountable. Like, these are the very same people. Like, a lot of Republicans are criticizing them for what's going on in California. Even Trump, his first president, tried to rectify the situation. Tried to,
well, they wanted water to come down, right?
Right.
But instead of bringing the water to Los Angeles where they need it, they sent it out to the ocean to help the fish. Some kind of smelt fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the environmentalists, they want to save the fish.
Yeah, but I just saw Gavin Newsom on Sky News Australia said that was a big lie.
What was a big lie?
Is that what you just said?
What?
He said Trump is dividing and spreading misinformation. It's crazy, man.
It's on tape.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's crazy? When you criticize them and try to hold someone accountable, I mean, to this day, nobody has showed any integrity or accountability. Y'all remember during COVID? How many, especially this guy, Gavin Newsom, he was blaming...
He blamed him for a virus.
They blamed him for a virus. All the Republican governors that reopened their states.
Yeah, said it's
Y'all remember when he did that?
Yeah.
This is the guy that was doing that.
Yeah. Like it's Trump's fault that there's a pandemic all over the world.
Something you can't control.
Yeah, something you can't control. But it's not the mayor or governor's fault when the city doesn't have the funding to support the city.